Okay. Sun rises in the east and sets in the west. East is this way. So we're saying we want the westernmost tower, which would be this one. The view from the tower is quite beautiful, but it's what I find inside that catches my attention. In the middle of the room is an unlocked wooden chest, and within that, not one but two smaller wooden chests, along with a cryptic scrap of paper. Something by a Diurnic seal, something object made from silver, Diurnic field. Okay, well, that goes with that. I kind of need the other half of the note, though. We have a box with an hourglass on it. It is interactable somehow. Smooth, polished, made out of wood, with gold leaf. Unpleasant sensation at the back of my skull. Okay. Box. And second box. Wood with bronze detailing, 3 purple gemstones. Bronze clasp with an engraved symbol. Doesn't smell or sound of anything. Boxes. As if I didn't have enough on my plate right now, my sister Bonnie has been acting strange lately. She never got over the death of our father. She always blamed Mr. Potter for his role in it, and now with all this happening, she's got it in her head that he's behind it somehow. I'm worried she's going to do something stupid. If she comes in here, whatever you do, do not give her anything dangerous. I want to give her a keepsake to let her know that she's still loved. I've seen people giving one another wooden totems, but I don't know what they're called. Well, we have this thing still. Yeah. This sounds relevant. And I don't know what other kind of wooden totem you could be referring to. No. Okay. Selenic totem. That also makes a lot of sense. Thank you. I also wanted to tell you that Mr. Hungerford has responded well, despite the pain he must be in. Okay, good. I put him through the ringer with that witch's finger. I'm hopeful that he will come round soon. Cool. Those silly sods at Calgareth Hall wouldn't let me in to look around. It seems to have upset the little lord who lives there at some point in the past. Allegedly, I refused to perform an exorcism on his haunted house. He didn't like my suggestion that it might be the local kids playing pranks on him because he's a mean old git. I'm not so easily put off, though. Do you have a Tenebrand cloak I could use this evening? I've got some snooping to do. Well, let's see. Upon activation, it creates a sphere of enshrouding darkness that will cloak all within reach. A single stone set in bronze gives power to these totems. Okay. That is a single stone set in bronze, but I have it marked down as being something else. This is also a single stone marked in bronze, with a ton of symbols on it. I don't think there's anything else I have that it could possibly be. Examine this a little bit closer. And I pick up no sense from it. Jade, stone of the earth and nature. Is there anything about containment, peace, safety, sight? Moonstone sounds kind of like the most appropriate, but I don't think I have anything like that. Well, there's this. Well, that's gold, right? Not bronze. Yeah. So I think I'm going to have to say it's this. Yeah, I wasn't convinced. But I'm not sure what else. This dark green is malachite, which is sight related. Also no. How to play this. Goal is to break the seal. Match dice symbols to a section of the seal to break it. Stars are wild. There can be any symbol as long as they are the same. Roll the dice as many times as you like. Click dice to lock or unlock them. If you get 3 cost bones before banking, you lose a life. 5 of a kind automatically breaks the seal. It's Yahtzee-ish. Well, we've got now 2 of those. Star. Okay, it has to be 2 of the same. So I'm gonna do that and re-roll. That's fine, that's that one. Oh, brilliant. Got it all done already. Most fine. Doesn't help me with any of this, though. Pink or off-white. Set in bronze. It's gold anyway. It's more than one stone. I don't think I have anything particularly relevant. Which means I might need to solve something or other. But I'm not sure what I would be solving. Could be this, actually. Pinkish gemstone, bronze. Doesn't seem overly cloaky. And it is a totem. That one took me a few tries. Alright, you. Block. Cloak. I bumped into Eli at the station yesterday before he left for Oxford. His train was late, so we had a brief chat, and he suddenly remembered something he wanted to tell you. I told him I'd pass on the message. It's already got a tick on it. In other news, I've got a little something for you if you're interested. It's going to cost you, but it's worth it. A map of the catacombs. Very rare. Worth a lot to someone in your line of work, I imagine. And all I'm asking for in return is a Valant. Help read Dr. Robertson's booklet on curses. You'll find it in the cupboard, hidden in the counter. I've done it already. Thanks, Eli. A Valant. The holes in a Valant are roughly equal size and spacing. They're used by the adventurers to help them find their way. A curious pulse can be felt when its power concentrates. We may need to get the map out. just any old map. See if anything has a reaction to this map. That doesn't. This has holes in it. That doesn't seem to be reacting at all. Anything else with holes? This has holes. Also just hover things over the explore button. Still got that thing floating around. Holes. Weathered. Pitted, cool. Warm. Again, unsure. Holes of equal size and spacing. This is vibrating. Maybe? Yes. Evenly spaced holes, and I'm able to feel the energy concentrated at its tip. Another map. Valent. The things that I've identified up next to one another. Okay. Very two-dimensional map. Lots of graves. Lots of dates. What's this marking all about? Well, let's not wander down into any of that until I know what I'm looking for. I feel like I'm going crazy here. I know who's behind this madness, all these people with the pitch black eyes. But nobody's listening to me. I've seen it happen before. 7 years ago, my father died the same way. Well, since nobody will listen, I'm going to take care of it myself. A Corvin's Might, please, and I'll be on my way. You're the one whom I was warned about. What is a Corvin's Might? Sometimes called an Eagle's Gift, is an assassin's tool that makes use of Wixic power. When the warrior queen Corvin was surrounded and close to defeat, a gift came to her from an unlikely source. With it, she turned the tide of battle, and the legend of the Bloody Queen was born. Yeah, it sounds dangerous. Wixic is of the body. Corvin sounds a lot like Corvid, which is the crow family. So, something related to eagles, probably. Could be this. Don't know what else I have that's remotely eagle-ish. Anyway, I don't think that's the thing I want to give to you in any case. And a Grey's Grace. One is a pendant to dispel melancholy. They share the design of a shadow catcher. Okay. So, something else that looks a little bit like that. Do I have anything else that looks a little bit like that? One as a pendant. This is a very similar design. I think this is going to be closer than anything else I have. Here. Take this instead. Don't insult me, Thaumaturge. This isn't some depression that can be cured with your little trinkets. I will get a hold of a Corvin's Might. Well, not from here you won't. Cool. And another day comes to a close, an end, a finale. As his mind roiled in confusion, he watched through his remaining good eyes his partner lunged towards the satchel that contained the casket. To his horror, he saw that his partner's eyes were black. That looks like a gravestone to me. Day the 9th. Alright, well, this looks to me like it's probably a tombstone. Could be this one up here toward the top left. Looks like the only one that looks like a match, as far as I can tell. That one's also kind of similar, but it tapers off too early. I'm gonna say it's this one. I squeeze through a partially collapsed passageway and emerge in a small chamber. Glinting in the flickering torchlight, I catch sight of a pendant draped across an old gravestone. Okay. A brown shard of some kind, a bronze clasp, 2 black gemstones and 1 orange. Leathery. Otherwise unremarkable. Okay. I guess let's throw you up there. There's a few different pendants up there already. My awakening ceremony takes place at the convent tomorrow. I will need a talent. Amphibian talent. Okay. Something to do with frogs? The League of the Amphibian Heart uses these items as part of its grim initiation rite. They guard their secrets closely, but it is said that they worship the ancient nameless gods, communicating with them via the broken path. Acolytes must press the tip of a talon hard against their cheekbone to the point of drawing blood. They perform this act nightly for 49 days, 7 sevens, after which the scar will forever mark them. Okay, something to do with 7. It has 2 points that look like that. It's called a talon. No indication of what the broken path is. Nameless gods. Okay. Well, I don't know what this has to do with 7, but it's got the same kind of snaky symbol on it that you have on your brooch. And it has the 2 indentations. So I'm gonna say it's this. Yes, and the snakes. I'm surprised it didn't mention that. Vision. Talon. Okay. Next. Oh, where's Jupiter today? Not there. I always look forward to coming in to say hello to him. I've been working my way through the journal, but it's heavy going. I keep coming back to this series of sketches. Does this mean anything to you? Could it relate to the plinths? Could relate to fields in some way. That looks kind of similar to that, but there's 3 of them. Not immediately sure what to make of that. I've had to stop using the witch's finger on Jack Hungerford. I was worried it might end up killing him. I believe it has helped somewhat, but it still hasn't been enough to lift him from this curse. I'll take that mother for myself. I need to get my thoughts in order. Restful Mother. Temperatures you think to the inner mind. Hot tea made from the blood. Still gotta find this thing. Still not sure exactly what a mother is the problem. I didn't manage to work it out last time. Well... sure I tried both of these. It still looks like most like this thing to me. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. It's definitely something that you drink from. Positive, I already tried these. I know it's not gonna be that. So what am I doing? Well, let's just try it anyway to be positive. It is that. Light gemstones hint at its ability to induce a meditative state. It doesn't resemble the cup in the sketch, though, because it doesn't have the downy point bits. Or the gemstony bits. Looks nothing like the cup in the sketch. What's you on about? Metha, not Mitha. Mwitha. E. Anyway. I'll come back for that Corvin's Might, and I'm not taking no for an answer this time. Either you give it to me or you never see your cat again. Take it to the woods behind Calgrath. I think I've been cursed. 2 weeks ago, as quietly minding my own business in the Guilty Ram when a stranger came up to me. He handed me a book titled The Changes of Dr. Learmonth Before Leaving. Something about it intrigued me enough to take it home with me. And ever since I read the first page, I've been getting terrible nightmares, and they're getting worse. I spoke to Dr. Robertson, and she sent me here. Okay. Curses and their effects. Increasingly vivid nightmares is a noctic sight. Which isn't going to be here, it's going to be at the back, probably. Moonstone Guardian. Is that something I already have labelled? It can't be because it's not ticked. Comforting Guardian. Okay. Could be you. Well, it's probably something with Moonstone in it, no? Which, yeah, is the off-pink, which you have. The cat is a comforting guardian. It has Moonstone in it. Yes, yes. Lifted a curse. Cat identified. Hopefully get cat rescued at some point too. There's not much that can be unsettling me these days, but I found something at Calgrath Hall that I'd rather I hadn't. In the cellar where they found those two poor girls, I came across a bubbling black mess that was oozing from the rock itself. Seems there's a sickness in Undermere. It's in the earth and the water, and it's spreading. I suppose it falls to me to find out where it's coming from. If it's underground, then underground's where I'll start. See if I can find anything in the catacombs. I realise now that I've been a little careless. I've been getting headaches. I won't go into the catacombs without a sextrum. Which is... protects against insanity in all its forms. Aha. I've had my eye on that for ages. That'll be this one. Label it. There we go. We should probably try and rescue our cat. First of all, what is the Corvin's Might? Right, didn't I label it preemptively? Maybe not. of the body. It's an assassin's tool. Something carryable by an eagle. There are several different stones that could fit. I think I thought it could be this, just because of the feather connection. Pinkish gemstone would be moonstone again. Protection. Kinda feels unlikely. Probably not. Let's see if I even need it, first of all. Woods behind Calgrath. Calgrath Hall. So that's back here. That's close enough, says a voice from the shadows. Give me the Corvin's might and I'll return your cat. I peer into the gloom, but can't see anyone among the trees. I hesitate. I should give her what she wants, but then again, I am a thaumaturge. I don't always have to do what people want. Perhaps there's a better way to find out where Jupiter is. The diverging hook. Way to carve thoughts from the mind of another. If done with skill, the third party may have no realization that the thought was ever there at all, but it's all too easy to leave a mind in disarray. Even when approached with care, the unanchored thoughts are easy to lose track of. They have a single gemstone from each of the 3 thermic branches. It's 1 celestial, 1 diurnal, 1 individual. Something with 3 different gemstones in it. This is really the only thing that fits that description. Do the gemstones match? We've got 1 yellowy orange, 1 orange, 1 turquoise. Be topaz, which is strength, would be body. Turquoise, I think between body and mind. It could be aquamarine, which is water. Which would be of the earth, I guess. Don't really find water on the moon. Sun. Could be day. Yeah, it kind of fits. There's a gemstone from each of the thermic branches. I focus my attention on the diverging hook, searching the woman's mind hurriedly for any thought relating to Juniper. It doesn't take long for her to realise something is wrong. She steps out from the shadows with an enraged look on her face and lunges at me, causing me to slice wildly with the diverging hook. Her feelings of anger flow through the hook into me and scatter. She stumbles forwards, confused now, and I try again, this time latching onto a swirling image of Juniper's face, and I cut once more. I learn instantly that Jupiter is safely stowed aboard the Mary Bell, and I back away uncertainly, feeling a complex mixture of anger and pity at the now placid woman in front of me. The Mary Bell sounds like a ship. 23. Yeah, it's the one docked at this pier here. The Mary Bell is an old paddle steamer that hasn't been in working condition for many years. There's nobody aboard, or nobody that I can see at least, so I climb over the railing and start peering through grimy windows. As I approach the far side of the boat, I hear a desperate crying coming from behind a windowless door. I try the handle and it opens to reveal an unimpressed cat with mismatched eyes, Juniper. He springs from his prison into my arms. I hold him tight to my chest and he rubs my chin with the back of his head, purring with delight. Cat recovered successfully. I'm gonna archive that. Diverging hook. Fantastic. He tried to use the diverging hook on his partner as he had done on himself, but could find no part of him that had not been taken over by the infection. His partner's hands ripped at the satchel, tearing it open and sending the black casket tumbling out. Below a moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine. In the dark but not alone, my neighbour bears a cross of stone. Sounds like probably somewhere back in here again. Yeah, we got a moon here that doesn't shine because it's made out of stone. There is a mark on it, though. It is by a neighbour with a cross. Here also matches, but doesn't have a mark. It's by a cross, it's beneath a moon. It's really the only grave with no markings whatsoever. I find the blank tombstone without too much trouble, but there's nothing else here. Feeling foolish, I begin to make my way back to the surface when suddenly I see it, tucked away in a natural crack in the rock wall. A stone totem. This is what I came for. It's stone, alright, with some gold elements. Raised gold detailing. Unremarkable. I've travelled a long way searching for an eye of the forest. I've heard stories of the Dreyer of old who would hunt in partnership with an eagle, seeing what they see soaring on the wind. I intend to rekindle this lost custom. Perhaps you know something about it. Sounds more like an assassin than a Dreyer to me. But okay. This is the forest, able to enter the minds of lesser creatures, da 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 da. What am I doing? That guy. Well, there's one thing that seems very much like an eye, and that's this. And it is green, which is kind of foresty. No. Okay. Well, I already identified the voice, which is that thing. We know about the lead heart. So I guess the eye would be this. Looks more like that then. Jade, stone of the earth and nature. Yep. U-double-N-O-S. U-double-N-O-S. Next! I was expecting to talk with Verona Green this morning, but she wasn't at home. Unusual for her. I hope she's okay. Keep petting the cat. If you can spare the time, we'd appreciate your help. There's something unusual in our house. You can't miss us, we're the only detached house on Ruskin. Warmest regards, Miss R. Bream. Ruskin. Is that a street name? Yes. I am greeted by a tired-looking middle-aged woman who immediately offers me tea. I gratefully accept, enjoying the social ritual before we meander toward the point of my visit. She leads me up the stairs and into the attic. A single small window does little to dispel the gloom, but our eyes slowly adjust. Then we hear the voices. At first I think it's the house creaking in the wind. Soft, murmuring groans that seem to come from the walls themselves. But then I start to feel as though a conversation is happening. Too quiet to make any sense of. Doesn't seem like any of those. So let's try... the hearing charm. With the hearing charm, I suddenly find myself able to pick up every small sound without difficulty. The whispered voices become clearer and my heart beats faster as I hear what they're saying. They're discussing a section of the wall where some of the bricks are loose. Carefully I pull them away to reveal a small cavity. Inside, to my horror, is a human skull, its dark eyes staring lifelessly back at me. At the insistence of the voices, I reach inside the cavity and my hand closes around an unusual-looking item. Immediately the voices fall silent, and my heightened senses are left with the whooshing drumbeat of the blood being pumped around my body. It's a thing. Bronze with the jade double crescent moons. Okie dokie. Stick it up there with all the other pendants. My father's sword has a space in the hilt where a shimmer should go, but he sold it to buy whiskey a long time ago. For whatever reason, he never did sell the sword itself. I wanted to restore it to its former glory. Shimmer! Belong to a series of items that were designed to slot into armor or weaponry, induce calm rage in the face of the unimaginable horrors of battle, allowing the bearer to stay one step ahead. The Knight of Thorns famously wore a shimmer on his chest plate, but it didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Southerfell of 1356. Okay, something that would slot into that gap. Doesn't seem quite right. That would fit without the little ring bit at the top. The one peg in the middle, three around the outside. Circular indentations. Shimmer! Didn't even look at the gemstones. Shimmer! Definitely getting through the items now. I work at the steel mill in Keswick, and I don't think there's a one of us hasn't suffered a nasty burn. Do you have anything that can protect against that sort of thing? Something to protect against burning. Defense against poison. Defense against burning blood. Doesn't sound quite the same. Sensing danger itself isn't much good. Material known to endure intense heat, permit the wearer to withstand fire and flame and remain unharmed. Made from basilisk scales. This is scaled and leathery. And we've got the amber, which is fire related. And then we've got some obsidian, I think, which is also fire related. Put the book away. Cyrene Ward. I found this... Thanks, my wife will be relieved. I found this down the side of the counter here just now while I was waiting. Don't know if it's anything important or not. Aha. Okay. We have 4 things and 4 gaps. Let's see about some symbols. It's that I found way earlier, but those don't match the symbols that I... Yeah. Close, but not quite the same. What do we got then? Arsenic, antimony, phosphorus, bismuth. It looks like they're just going around in a continuous pattern, actually. That goes there, that goes there. That there, and that here. Found the thermic lens. Ooh. I can put it away again. I can have it on that setting. Or I can have it on this setting. Interesting. This symbol is Selenic. And that's that shape. Where did I put the one with... you? Yeah, you produce the same pattern. Okay, let's produce some other patterns and see what happens. And they might all need to be made out of silver. Okay, well that's moon. To get earth, I need that there, here. Produces that pattern. Something silver and earth related. It's moon again. More silver. Moon again. Uses a different pattern entirely. Different pattern entirely. Another different pattern entirely. This is correct, but yeah, it does have a bit of silver on it. Not much, though. But that might do the trick. Okay, that's day. Uses that pattern. Okay, night. Something silver and night related. Tried the bat already and that didn't do the trick. Night related but not moon related, notably. No. What do I have that's even partially silver? You. You're iron, though, not silver. So I don't think you're gonna work. You do work! Close enough, apparently. And I have acquired... whatever that is. Okay, well, we've figured that one out. Put these back where they came from. Or so help me. What is this? Gold detailing laid over stone, 4 slots, a leaf in the middle. It's warm and smooth, but otherwise unremarkable. Okay. Judgment is coming. We worship the warrior not out of love, but because he is powerful. Because he demands our fear. What use is a god that you are not afraid of? Those of us who have read Helgar's teachings have known about the prophecy for a long time, and now the casket will finally be opened. It contains his final lesson for those who will not kneel. It contains his retribution against the sinful. It contains his divine rage. My preparations are underway to celebrate his wrath and prove our devotion. For now, a veiled fen is all I require. Let's see if I can find one. Brightly coloured in the light, but clouds over after a short period in total darkness. It can be used to command attention from individuals or small groups of people. Public speakers sometimes use them as a substitute for charisma. Veiled, huh? Not that. Aha! Brightly coloured, when placed in darkness, a drawer or cupboard, for example, the eye darkens. One MacGuffin. Successfully MacGuffined. The two men fought as the heavens opened and lightning flashed across the night. One man wrested the casket from the other's grasp and leapt up astride his horse, galloping off into the cold, wet darkness. Well, that was an easy one to draw. Okay.